welcome back to my channel. I am coming at you with no makeup today because I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial. Haven't done one in absolutely ages, but I've had quite a few comments on videos and messages on Instagram asking for an updated kind of makeup routine, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I literally wear the exact same makeup for whatever I'm doing, whether that's going on a night out, filming a YouTube video, going shopping. So that's the makeup I'm going to be showing you today. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Okay, first thing I'm doing is just applying a little bit of this. I think it's from Elemis. It's like a hydration kind of serum. Not really necessary. I only got it a month ago. Been using it ever since. I literally use any moisturiser I have. This one is from Garnier. It's like an argan oil one, I think. It's quite hydrating, which I like, so I just apply a little bit of that. Now I tend to skip primer. I just don't really feel like it does much, so I go in with foundation next. This is from L'Oreal. It's their Infallible Pro Glow foundation. Got it off Amazon because you can't actually buy it in store in the UK, but I wear the shade 205. I only tend to wear it when I'm tanned though because it's quite dark. So yeah, this is the one I've been using at the moment. So I just buff it in with this brush. It's from Zoeva. It's the Silk Finish brush, and it's the only foundation brush I've ever tried that I liked. Normally I use a sponge, but I've just been really liking this recently to kind of buff in my foundation, and I find it doesn't leave any kind of streaky marks when I do it. So I just kind of buff it in like this. Also do it down my neck, over my eyes. Next up we have concealer. I always use this Tarte one. It's the Tarte Shape Tape. It's amazing. It's super full coverage, but it's also really creamy and hydrating. It's not dry on your skin at all. So I apply quite a lot, just kind of under my eyes and then down the centre of my face. I'm actually using just my camera as my mirror, so I can't really see properly. It's a good metre away from me, so if it looks a little bit dodgy, that's why. And then I blend this in with a little damp beauty blender to just kind of pat it in. And I use the concealer in the shade Light Neutral, but I do have quite a few other colours as well, so depending on how tanned I am, depends on which one I kind of use. Okay, I think that's all blended. Can't really see, like I said, but I now just set it with the NYX finishing powder. I think it's called the HD finishing powder. Yeah, it's in the shade Banana, so it's a really light kind of yellow powder, and I just get the same beauty blender and kind of go like that, dab it in, and then just press it underneath my eyes. I really like this powder. I find it smooths everything so much. Some powders I find emphasize all my pores and kind of make your skin look really crusty and dry, but this one literally just airbrushes your entire face. But yeah, I don't really have oily skin, but I do find my makeup never stays on, especially when it's summer, so I always set my entire face, and then I can add in the dewy glow with highlighter later. I swear this lighting keeps on changing. It's either really bright or really dark. I just need an in-between, but it's not really working out for me. I look like a ghost at the moment. Maybe if I just lean this way, then come back. Okay, that's better. So yeah, next product I'm using is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. It's in the shade Ash Brown, and I just kind of use this to fill in my eyebrows. It has a little brush on one side, so just kind of brush them through, and then I only really fill in that outer kind of 3/4, if that makes sense. I don't really touch the kind of inner bit because otherwise I feel like it looks kind of blocky. So just go in. So that's my eyebrows done for now. I do sometimes go in at the end though and kind of add a little bit more depending on what they look like. But I'm now going to move on to my eyes. So I tend to just do a really simple eye makeup. I normally get my bronzer, and this is the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat powder foundation, but it's in a darker shade. I think it's in the shade Tawny. Just looks like that. So I normally just get that, and then I'll get a little eyeshadow brush and literally just put that in my crease and kind of all over my lid. I do it quite roughly, but I make sure it's kind of blended out. So just put that there Do the same to the other eye. And then sometimes I take a smaller brush as well and just put some like underneath my eyes, if that makes sense. Yeah, underneath my lower lash line. I feel like that's what it's called. So sometimes I leave my eye makeup like this and then just apply mascara, but other times I will apply winged eyeliner. So I'm going to do that today. Normally I just use a black eyeshadow with like a little angled brush. I just find it so much easier than using like a liquid liner or a gel liner or one of those pens. I just can't get the hang of it. So yeah, I just use a black eyeshadow and a little brush. But I do normally, if I want it to be darker, is I'll take my little angled brush and then I just spray it with like a setting spray. So it's slightly damp, and then I go in with my black eyeshadow. And then I just start by kind of making a thin line like close to my lash line, and then I go in and kind of do the wing. Okay, one eye done. That took me like 10 times longer than usual trying to use a tiny little mirror, so I'm going to do this eye off camera quickly and then I'll be back with you. Okay, that's them done. I never worry too much about getting them like perfect or the same or anything, because I feel like once you apply like mascara and like false lashes or whatever, it kind of hides it anyway. So yeah, for mascara, where did I put my mascara? Oh, here. I'm just using this Maybelline one. I'm going to be applying false lashes, so it really does not matter like what one I use. But I actually really like this mascara in general. I've been using it for probably about 5 years now. Well, not this particular bottle, that would be disgusting, but they're like same brand one. This is the Colossal Big Shot, I think it's called. It's in like the gold bottle. So sometimes I'll leave it like this, but if I want it to be a little bit kind of nicer and more dramatic, then I'll use false lashes. These are the Ardell Wispies. They're literally my favourite lashes ever. They're the only ones I wear. You can buy the multi-pack of like 5 of them for I think it's like £10. So really reasonably priced as well. I'll link them down below from like the website I get them. And I normally cut a little bit from the outer corner because they are a little bit too long for me. And then the glue I normally use is this like Revlon one, which I love. It comes with like a little kind of brush applicator, which I find so much easier than like the squeezy ones. So yeah, I'm gonna apply some glue to these. And then I normally wait for like a good 2 to 3 minutes for the lash glue to dry before I apply it. I find if you apply it wet, it's just so hard. They slip everywhere, they don't stick. So yeah, normally about 2 to 3 minutes I wait, and then I'll apply them. And I normally just use little tweezers to do that because I find that's kind of the easiest way for me. So it's now a few minutes later and I'm gonna attempt to apply them with this tiny little mirror. Could go terrible. Let's have a go. Lashes are done now, so I'm going to move on to bronzer. The bronzer I tend to use is this NYX, like the same bronzer I used on my eyes. So it's called the Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation, but it's in the shade Tawny. So it's quite a dark, oh, sponge fell out. It's quite like a dark orangey colour, which I like in my bronzer. I like to look kind of tanned and sun-kissed. I just kind of go in with this. It's quite pigmented, so sometimes I do go a little bit overboard. But we just do that on like my cheekbones and then up onto my forehead. Make me look nice and tanned. On my chin and kind of like underneath my jawline. Okay, bronzer done. Now onto blush. I use this MAC one. I think it's in the shade Peaches. I've had it for probably about 5 years now. Still going strong. Probably should throw it out and get a new one, but oh well. And then for like actual contour, I tend to use this little like Dior palette, just because it has like the perfect cool tone brown to kind of go underneath my cheekbones. And I do also use it on like a little small brush, and I contour my nose a little bit. So just go kind of in this centre bit here and just do a little bit there and a little bit on the other side. And then for highlighter I use this Maybelline Master Chrome one. It's in the shade Molten Gold. So I just take some of that on this little like Morphe brush. Just put that on the tops of my cheekbones and a little bit on the kind of tip of my nose. And then also just kind of dot it a load of other places. Now onto lips, I just use like a little baby wipe to get rid of any like foundation that's gone on my lips at all. But they're really dry at the moment. Let me know if you have any like lip balm recommendations, because I've literally used every one I can think of, and for some reason they're just super dry and like chapped, which, yeah, a bit weird. I never really get like dry lips, and it's not even winter, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong. I feel like maybe I might be having an allergic reaction to something, but I can't figure out what. So yeah, so I do that, then I apply a little bit of lip balm. This is the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream. So I apply a little bit of that, but then I kind of like pat it off, because otherwise I find like lip liner won't go on like on top if it's still super wet and sticky. Okay, and then for lip liner I use this NYX one in the shade Natural. So just kind of outline my lips. And like slightly fill them in. And then I use this Bourjois, is it Bourjois? I think that's how you say it. Could totally be wrong. I'm not even sure if they sell this anymore. But luckily I stocked up on like 10 of them before. Well, not 10, that was dramatic. Maybe like 2 or 3 I have. But yeah, it's the Rouge Edition Velvet like liquid lipsticks. But they're really like moisturising. They're not like a normal liquid lipstick which dries really matte. This is in the shade 31. So I just apply a little bit of this. And then on top of that, just in the centre, I use this L'Oreal lip paint. It's in the shade 208 Off-White, and again it's like a liquid lipstick but it doesn't dry super matte. I just apply that to the centre, kind of rub it in. Okay, and then that is pretty much the finished makeup look. So I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing like what my favourite products were and everything. And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Love you guys lots, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!